Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for another monthly favorites. This is going to be my August favorites, and it's also going to be a collab with Meg here on YouTube. She is also on Instagram, so I will link everything below and all her stuff. So everything will be in the description box, so don't forget to stop by her channel once you're done watching this video and go watch her favorites video and she's kind of doing like a summer favorites since she doesn't do a monthly favorites. And so it's going to be a little bit different than mine. So make sure you go ahead to her channel after you're done watching this. So before I make this video 50,000 years long, let's just get right into it. So the first things that I want to show you are, well, not show you, tell you about, is the stuff that I really didn't like for the month, or at all. A while back I had tried out the Hourglass Vanish stick foundation and I hated it. It like stuck to the dry patches and looked really cakey, and it was just overall awful, and I returned it because I was like, well, I don't need to waste my money on that and I'll just get something else. So, and then I kept hearing everyone raving about it and all that kind of good stuff, so then I went back and bought it again, and it was like worse than the time I used it before. It was absolutely awful. So I returned it again, and I'm not gonna buy it again. It was that bad. And the other thing that, it's not really awful, I just didn't really care to keep it. It was the CoverFx Custom Cover Drops, the foundation. And I know you can mix it with stuff and all that kind of stuff, but I have another CoverFx foundation that I like way more, and I thought that one was just really too cakey. It didn't like sit on my skin bad or anything, it was just too much. So I just didn't feel like keeping it around. I'd rather spend my money on something that I really like and I will use a lot more. So yeah, I returned those. So not too bad for the month. And now for the stuff that I did like. So this is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. It looks like this. So there's 10 shades, and if you can see next to my finger, the pans are really big, and it has mostly mattes, and then it has 2 metallics in it, and the colors in this are so unique and pretty. I actually did this, I used this in a look the other day when everyone was kind of like going crazy about the Subculture palette, but I just saw so many bad reviews I didn't want to buy it or use it or anything, so I actually saw that this one was really similar, so I just used this one instead and kind of pulled inspiration from people using the Subculture palette, so I will link that video below. But I actually really love this, and I think that the colors blend so beautifully, and I don't have a palette that has colors like this, so that's what makes it a favorite. And my next favorite is quite old. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. This isn't even the one that's refillable, that's how old it is. But I have been contouring with this non-stop, and I hadn't used it for a while, and I kind of went back and revisited it, and I love it. I don't even know why I stopped using it. But I will contour with this and this shade. I kind of stay away from this row because it's a little too dark, and then I'll set my under eyes with this. And even though I only use 3 colors in the palette, I mean, sometimes I'll use the really light one, but even though I use only 3 colors, I still think it's worth the money, and it's not even that much money, to be honest, for a contour palette. And the colors are so blendable, and they have the perfect undertones for like I wouldn't say every skin tone, but I would say pretty close to it. And it has a really nice mirror in it, and yeah, it's just an overall good, not gonna horribly break the bank contour palette. And I think if I ever get the refillable one, I'm probably just gonna like buy the pans that I use and then just plop them all in. I'll probably do that. Okay, so my next one is also a palette. It is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow palette. I use this in I think 2 videos recently, So it has a bronze shade, a peach pinky blush, and then a highlight. And the highlight is my favorite. It's so pretty. It's a peachy champagne highlight, and it's just gorgeous. And these are almost like a little bit creamy, so when they stay on your skin, they kind of like set down and they just stay on all day long. And it's kind of like crazy impressive. And this also comes with a mirror, which is nice. And yeah, and it smells like peaches. It smells so good. So yeah, I've just been reaching for this a lot this month. And a few new things that made it into my favorites list are from L'Oreal. I did a one brand L'Oreal tutorial. I will link that below. And I got introduced to a few new products that I fell in love with. I've been using them constantly. This is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. It's like a thick cream, and I mean, you guys know I'm a whore for my my Benefit Professional, because that's the only thing that I can use that actually fills in my pores. So does that, and it's $11 where I'm at, so there's a big price difference. And I put it on and I fell in love. It was like the most amazing thing I had ever used, which is like super ridiculous to say, but it's really true. I mean, for $11, and it does, I don't want to say it does better than the Benefit Professional, but it's really close, and it's amazing. And it kind of smells good too. I think it kind of, so the other thing that's L'Oreal that I hadn't used before is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. I have mine in N3. It's just like any normal pressed powder. But I actually feel like when you use this along with the Magic Perfecting Base, you like can't even see your pores. It's amazing. I was doing my makeup the other day really close up in the mirror in my bathroom, and I had put that on and I like could barely see my pores, which is a miracle. And then I put this on top of my foundation, and this even actually has a bit of coverage. It's kind of crazy. And it also comes with a mirror and a little sponge that I'll never use. But when you put this like on top of, and I think I was using some expensive foundation, I don't know, something in my high-end drawer. It just makes your skin look so nice and just like perfect. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really pretty. And just like their True Match Blendable makeup, like foundation, they have a bunch of shades in this too. So yeah, it's definitely been staying top shelf lately. And another favorite is this guy. This is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot mascara, and it looks like that. It's just kind of a normal brush with kind of like a wavy curvy wand. It's different, but it makes your lashes look freaking ginormous. It's amazing. I've actually seen like those commercials in Instagram and stuff where they put it on and they have like fake lashes immediately. And at this, I don't think I have another mascara that makes my eyelashes look this incredible. It's amazing. And I have mine in, I think they actually only have Very Black. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it, go pick it up. And another favorite that you guys have seen me most likely use a bunch this month is my Lorac gloss, Alter Ego gloss in CEO. And these glosses, they just have a regular doe foot applicator. I'll swatch it for you. They're really, really pigmented, and when you put them on, they are kind of sticky, but I don't really mind that if it gives you kind of longevity in wear time, and it really, really does. And this kind of reminds me of the ColourPop gloss in Aquarius. That's another favorite of mine. I think I said that last month, but it's kind of the same color. It's like a rosy pink, it's just really pretty. It's kind of like your lips but better kind of color, and the color stays on for a very long time, and so does the glossy finish. So yeah, that one's definitely a winner. And this is something brand new that I am actually trying out today. I put it on this morning. And this is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I have mine in 740. I had seen a bunch of, it's not yet a favorite because I've only used it today, but so far I really like it. But I saw a lot of negative reviews about it, and it's been out for like months, I guess. It might even be a year, I don't know. But I was really hesitant about buying it, so I just hadn't bought it for a while, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just try it out. And it says that it gives, I wonder if it says it on here, lightweight full coverage makeup with an SPF of 20, and it's oil free. So I put this on just like a small portion of my face, just to test out the color, see if it oxidized or not, which it didn't, which is surprising because everything oxidized on me. But it kind of, like, I almost forgot it was there. Like, when they say lightweight, it's like really true. So, and it is also really full coverage. I don't know if you can tell, that one's really bad, but I have a few breakouts on my face and you can't really see them. It's like really full coverage, and like I said, you don't even notice that it's there. It's really good. So that might make it in next month's favorite, because we'll see how it goes by the end of tonight. So the next one is something that I have talked about in a favorites video before. It's the Diorskin Forever Perfect Makeup, and I have two shades. I have 20 and 21, and the reason this is in my favorites is because I kind of stopped using it for a little while. Not like I had it for very long, but I was testing out other things and I kind of forgot about this guy, and then I used it for my anniversary, and I wore it, I think I put it on at like 10 in the morning, and I didn't take it off till about midnight that night because we went out horseback riding, and then we went and drove an hour down south to go to Colorado Springs, and went to a nice estate for dinner and all that kind of good stuff. And when we came home from horseback riding, and mind you, it's hot and humid outside, I didn't have to touch this up. I didn't even have to put powder on my face. It was absolutely amazing. So I kind of like forgot how incredible it was, and then like I revisited and I was like, oh my god, it's incredible again, yay. So yeah, if you haven't tried this out, it is like $50, but it's probably the best foundation I've ever tried. And I have a crap ton of foundations. I have a crap ton of high-end, and I have a crap ton of drugstore, and this beats out pretty much every single one of them. It's amazing. I will never ever stop using it. I will repurchase. I should have like 10 of them on backup. I don't know. It's amazing. Okay, so this was in my favorites last month. This is the Boscia Detoxifying Black Cleanser, and I liked it so much that I picked up another Boscia skincare product. This is the Clear Complexion Cleanser, and it's supposed to help refreshing cleansing gel that thoroughly cleanses and helps to purify and refine pores to maintain a clear complexion without irritation. So I do this first, the detoxifying, to kind of like clean out my pores, because if you didn't watch last month's favorites, which I will link below just in case, the black cleanser actually warms when you kind of start lathering it and blending it in, you know what I mean. So it's supposed to like open the pores when it warms and clean everything out. So I'll use that first, and then I will go in with my Clear Complexion Cleanser, and it helps so much. Ever since I started using this, I'll only get like time of the month breakouts, which is about to be that time. That's why I have this volcano on my forehead. But when you use these together, because the reason I used this before is so it opens everything so that all the medicine in this can get in, and it's so good. It makes me want to have everything Boscia skincare. It's just amazing. Those are the only two from Boscia that I've tried, but I'm like tempted to buy their whole line. The next thing I want to get is the Clear Complexion moisturizer. That's the next thing on my list. So my last favorites that I want to show you are my brushes. So these are two of my brush containers. This is a mason jar with decoupaged scrapbook paper. I made this with my mom and my sister. And this is, I forget what they call this. It's something mercury glass, I think that's what it's called. It was actually a candle holder, and I burned the candle and then I cleaned it out almost. So like I said, the majority of the brushes that I use are Zoeva brushes, and they are from the Rose Gold collection. And I will just tell you guys some of my favorite ones. So this is 105. This is the one that I use to highlight because it's kind of the perfect size to just fit on your cheekbone. That one is my favorite for that. And this one is the 101 Luxe Face Definer. And it's a really big powder brush, so it's pink right now because I was using it for blush. So I'll either use it for blush or I'll use it for bronzer or contour, because it kind of has like a tapered end, even though it is really fluffy, so you can kind of use it to contour and also blend it out. It's really, really good for that. And this is the foundation brush that you see me use constantly. This is the 104 Buffer, and it's just a really dense, sorry it's dirty right now, I'm washing my brushes this weekend. It's just a really dense flathead kabuki brush, so it's amazing. I love it. And I have a beauty blender and I have the Real Techniques blending sponge, but I haven't even touched my beauty blender since I got the 104 Buffer. It's amazing. So, oh, and then this one is super awesome. It's like a tiny itty bitty buffer for concealer. Well, that's what I use it for. I would probably also use this for cream contour. So this is the 110 Face Shape, and all of the brushes are super soft. So Zoeva, their factory is actually in Germany, so it takes a little while for their stuff to get here, but it's definitely worth the wait. And this is another face brush that I absolutely love. It's their powder brush. It's the 90 Luxe Grand Powder, and I use it, as you can tell, for bronzer because it just kind of fits perfectly. They're so soft. That's like, is anyone else obsessed with doing that? Like when they get a new brush, do they just like wipe it all over everything? I do. Okay, so my eye brushes. So these are mostly Zoeva as well. I'll just show you some of my favorites. Okay, so these are my favorite eye brushes from Zoeva. This is the 227 Luxe Soft Definer. It looks like that. And this is the one that's almost identical to the MAC 217. I will use these interchangeably. They're pretty much the same thing to me. They're both amazing. No need to say anything else. And this is their flat shader brush from that collection. It's 234 Luxe Smoky Shader. And this is what I always use to pack on shadow. Hello! This is what I use to pack on shadows and all that kind of good stuff. And this one is similar, the one that looked like the MAC 217. This is the 225 Luxe Eye Blender. So this one is more round. It's not really clamped in anywhere, and it's a little more dense. So it kind of allows you to get in the crease and really blend out everything. And so this is the 228 Luxe Crease Brush, and it is absolutely perfection. It's like just fluffy enough to blend out anything in the crease. It's absolutely amazing. It's probably my favorite brush in the whole set. I love it. It's amazing. And then this is the pencil brush that I use. This is a little bit more dense than like this one has a point. This is another pencil brush that I use. But this is the Zoeva pencil brush that I use. It's a full circle. It's not clamped in anywhere. And it's very, very dense. So it's really good at just like adding color and then kind of blending it out and smoking it out underneath the lash line. It's amazing. Alright, that is it. We are done. I'm done ranting and raving about all of my things that I love this month. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.